You can feel it immediately. The tone changes, the smile stays, but something underneath it doesn't feel friendly anymore. A passive-aggressive comment, a subtle jab, a sarcastic joke, and suddenly, your mind starts racing. You want to respond. But you also don't want to look emotional, so you stay quiet, then replay the conversation for hours afterward. Passive-aggressive people rarely attack directly. That's what makes them exhausting. Everything stays just unclear enough, just subtle enough, just deniable enough. And emotionally intelligent professionals often struggle with this the most because they notice tension immediately. They hear the tone, they feel the disrespect, they notice the hidden meaning underneath the words. But then comes the real problem. You start questioning yourself. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe they didn't mean it like that. Maybe I should just ignore it. Meanwhile, your nervous system already knows something felt wrong. Marcus Aurelius wrote constantly about emotional discipline, not emotional suppression. Discipline, meaning seeing clearly without immediately reacting emotionally. And that becomes incredibly important around passive-aggressive people, because passive aggression feeds on emotional confusion. That's why these interactions stay stuck in your head afterward. You never got clarity. You never got direct honesty. You never got resolution. Only tension. And many emotionally exhausted professionals unknowingly make this worse pill by emotionally chasing clarity from people who intentionally avoid it. That's the trap. Passive-aggressive people often want emotional reactions without direct accountability. They want you frustrated while still being able to say, "I was just joking. I didn't mean anything by it." You're too sensitive. And Stoicism teaches something powerful here. You do not need to emotionally chase hidden meaning. You only need to stay grounded in observable behavior. That changes everything, because calm people stop getting trapped in emotional interpretation loops. Instead of spiraling internally, they quietly observe patterns, not one comment. Patterns? One passive-aggressive moment can be misunderstood, repeated behavior cannot. This is where modern Stoic calm becomes incredibly practical, especially at work, especially around manipulative personalities, especially around emotionally immature people, because calm observation removes emotional chaos from the interaction. And one of the strongest responses you can use is surprisingly simple. Instead of reacting emotionally, ask calmly. What did you mean by that? Not aggressively. Not sarcastically. Calmly. That question creates something passive-aggressive people often hate, clarity, because hidden hostility works best when nobody slows the moment down. The moment you calmly ask for clarity, the emotional fog breaks. And suddenly they must either explain themselves honestly, backtrack, or reveal the tension openly. Either way, you stop carrying the emotional burden alone. This is why emotionally controlled people feel powerful, not because they dominate conversations, but because they stop emotionally absorbing unclear tension. And once you understand this, something changes internally. You stop fearing awkward moments as much. You stop feeling trapped by passive aggression. You stop replaying conversations trying to decode hidden meanings endlessly, because your focus shifts from what do they secretly mean to what behavior am I consistently observing? That shift creates emotional stability. And emotionally stable people become difficult to manipulate, not because they become cold, because they become clear. So the next time someone gives you that subtle passive-aggressive comment, don't rush to defend yourself emotionally. Don't spiral internally. Don't spend the next 5 hours replaying the interaction. Pause, observe, and calmly ask, what did you mean by that? Because clarity quietly destroys emotional games. If you've been dealing with passive-aggressive people at work or in daily life, subscribe to Daily Stoic Reset. This channel is for emotionally exhausted professionals learning how to stay calm, clear, and emotionally steady around difficult people.